The ruthless invasion starts with Straw Hat Luffy climbing our metal fences, and he starts attacking our soldiers. He starts playing with them, killing them in cruel and unusual ways. He makes a human shield by wrapping around them and forcing soldiers to kill their own. And while he's doing all this, he's laughing. The invasion continues with a sea train named Rocket Man transporting most of the 60 men involved with the attack. The soldiers at the first gate had no chance, with almost all of them being mercilessly slaughtered. So as soon as the invasion started, the first gate was open. Our next line of defense was two giants from the warrior named Elbaf. They weren't just defeated, but rather Soji King, a member of the Straw Hat crew, made them join their side. As they charged forwards through the second gate and into the courtyard, they eliminated more and more of our soldiers. At this point in the first 5 minutes, Straw Hat Luffy himself has killed more than 500 people. It is also shown that they have hostages, preventing our soldiers to use bombs in their attacks. At the very most, our best warriors in the courtyard can only stall them. Inevitably, they made it to the courthouse and into the Tower of Justice. 2,000 people have been killed, half of which just being from Straw Hat Luffy himself, and barely any casualties on their part. They now face up with our last resort, named CP9, one of our most powerful sources in the entire Marines. If CP9 can't defeat them, no one can. As the battle begins, each member of CP9 is slowly eliminated, until there's one left, Rob Lucci, who has a strength of 400 men. He's the only one who stands a chance between Straw Hat Luffy, but he can't hold the entire crew. Left with no choice, Spandam pulls out the Grand Transporter Snail, a buster call, capable of mass destruction, which consists of 10 battleships which hold 1,000 men each. This will not only get rid of the Straw Hats, but everyone that is currently on the island. This was necessary for the survival of the government. Even after the blueprints were destroyed, Straw Hat Luffy would not stop fighting. One of our criminals, Frankie, has already escaped our custody, with Nico Robin being close to be taken as well. We still try to keep these people in our custody even after the blueprints were destroyed because they are criminals with past crimes. Frankie built ships that destroyed a judicial ship, convicting his father, with Robin being able to read an ancient language which has been illegal to do so for 8 centuries. Not only did Luffy kill our soldiers, but he burned our flag, an act so disrespectful it's a declaration of war, a war against Straw Hats and the world government. The Buster Call was simply a beginning of a series of events to ward off the Straw Hats, once and for all. In conclusion, the Marines, more specifically Spandam, are justifying their actions with using the Buster Call. Reasons being, we wanted the Straw Hats out of the island. It was our only chance with defeating the Straw Hats, and to give us a chance with capturing both Nico Robin and Frankie. And now it's time for the mandatory interview. First, say your name.
My name's Jairo Lucio Camargo.
What's your favorite One Piece arc?
My favorite One Piece arc is probably Enies Lobby.
How would you rate it?
Rate it like a 9.5 out of 10.
Why is it your favorite arc?
It's my favorite arc because I really like how the character dynamics between like pretty much the entire crew, like just kind of under this huge amount of pressure of the fact that the crew's about to fall apart. How do they keep together? What do they do about the crew members who left them? And also just the fact that I think the fights are really cool in it. I think the power-ups that all the characters got were also really cool, and it just like the setting of the actual arc, like first off in Water 7 with like the huge town, but then later on once they're at the whole like government building with like the huge like waterfall and stuff like that. I just think everything about it is pretty much perfect. That's what One Piece is actually about.
Who do you think is on like the right morality side?
Like
the Straw Hats or
the world government? I'd say probably the Straw Hats. Simply because there is most of the world government, their problem, like the thing about the world government is sure, they're just doing their job, they're like what they're told to do, but the problem is the moral, like there's evilness behind that. So I would say that the Straw Hats, even though they're not doing good things, like they're destroying government stuff, I think the morality behind it is better than what the world government does.
How do you think the Buster Call could be handled differently?
Well, first off, I think that if they didn't panic as much, it would have been better if Spandam just decided to actually do it when he absolutely needed to and not as an accident. But also, the indiscriminate firing doesn't really help it that much. It just kind of makes it so that any soldiers that are there get caught in the crossfire. The better way to have done it was to just kind of evacuate soldiers first, like get them out of there, and then just start firing specifically on where the Straw Hats are and not just anywhere wherever a bullet lands.
Do you have any other comments?
No. One Piece is peak, that's pretty much it.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.